Hi guys, welcome back to the Drivelife channel, and in today's video we're going to do something slightly different. It's a new style of video I want to introduce just because I'm on the road a lot at the moment. It's going to be called Livedrives, and essentially it is just that. It's going to be sort of a live drive to wherever I'm off to. Today I'm off to see a client for work, which is about an hour away, so it should be a fairly long video for you guys, but yeah, I'll just drive and mumble along really, and sort of gives you guys a bit more content to see as well. So yeah, let's get going. We've got a gap in the traffic now to pull onto the main road, and I thought it would just be a good chance for me to discuss things that you guys have to sort of ask, or and yeah, just sort of show you guys what the car's like to live with on a daily basis, what it's like to drive. I think we're doing about 40 miles today on a mixture of roads. We've got A roads, dual carriageways, things like that. So it's not a bad little journey today. So yeah, I just thought we'd talk about everything to do with the car. I'm trying a slightly different angle today, so let me know if you're a fan of that. It's just because I don't really want to be wearing a GoPro on my head for that long, an hour or so at a time, because it's just a bit of a faff. And by the time I get to my client's place, you get a nice big mark on your forehead. So there might be times where I speed it up if it's just boring or I've got nothing to say, and yeah, it's just like I said, a good time for me to talk and you guys to ask questions, and I'll answer your questions in these videos. So today's topic, I wanted to talk about sort of what the plans are for the channel, what future cars there may be as well, what sorts of things I want to do with the cars, etc. And yeah, we'll talk about what's going to happen to the S80. Currently I've got no plans to get rid of this car. This is going to be my work car, my daily driver. It's on 91,254 miles now, so it's no garage queen by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm slowly working on just fixing it up, you know, just staying on top of things, making it look nice. Just had it washed at a car wash actually, which I know everyone frowns upon, but I need to get it clean before I go see the client, so I just wanted to get it all sorted. So yeah, like I said, it's reasonable to run this car. It's currently showing 36.7 mpg, but I've been having my foot down quite a lot recently, so it's going well. This guy's lost a bit of his skip there, another bit there. There we go. Bit of slalom for us to start off the day. It's typical that as soon as you put a camera on, something like that happens. So yeah, we're going to be well, I've lost my train of thought now. So yeah, like I said, this car is reasonable to run, 36.7 mpg. Tax isn't the cheapest at 270 a year, but it's also not the worst as well. It's £20 a month. It's a reasonable expense, I think, on for sort of what you get in this car. It's nice and comfy, nice big engine, reasonably fast, decent performance. So yeah, I can't complain too much. And you'll see from today, it's just easy. It just swallows up miles, this car. So yeah, I literally cannot complain. I don't keep saying that, but it's a lovely car indeed. And I think now I've washed it, it's just gonna get absolutely trashed on this journey. Apologies if the sun plays at any issues at all, because it's sitting rather low on this October afternoon, which also, yeah, it just doesn't bode well for the camera, but I think I'll have to make do. I'll drive straight into it for now. So we've got our first bit of dual carriageway here, but it's a 50. This is sort of an accident hotspot, believe it or not. People go flying up to overtake and end up coming a cropper on a deer or something like that. It's quite a big wildlife sort of reserve, this bit. But it looks absolutely stunning during this these autumn times. I'm just having to put my sunglasses on because of the sun. I've got you guys clipped to the sun visor, so I can't put that down. Normally there's a speed camera sat over in that lay-by, so this is quite a good spot to get caught speeding. If you're local, you probably know. And yeah, we'll talk about the route where I'm based. I'm based in Herefordshire. This is the A49 between Leominster and Hereford, and yeah, as you can see, we're pretty blessed with the scenery and the roads. It's a lovely place to live. The only problem is that everything's quite far away, or it takes a long time to get anywhere because of these roads. And when you get stuck behind something, it's quite a rural area, so there's plenty of tractors and things like that. And yeah, once you get stuck behind something, you're stuck behind it for a while. Let me say that. Just this truck got a load of livestock ready to go to the market. So in terms of plans for the channel, I've got quite a lot. I've got planned, to be honest. The channel's going from leaps and bounds. We're hitting like new milestones all the time. We've gone up we've tripled in size in a year. So I'd like to thank you guys for contributing to that. Obviously, without you guys, the channel wouldn't happen. So yeah, the channel's getting bigger, and I want to make the content get bigger as well to match it, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping this year to get a new project car on the channel. Not sure what it's going to be yet. I've got a couple of dreams, but you know how it is. It's making those dreams come into fruition. So the ideal would be either an XC70 D5 P3 like this, but the XC70, because I want to take that sort of off-roading and show what those cars are capable of with the all-wheel drive system. But yeah, they're reasonably, as a car, they hold their price remarkably well. Next, probably be a V60 Polestar, either the 2 litre or the 3 litre. If I can afford to run the 3 litre, that would be lovely, because yeah, it's just a really rare car, and I think the 3 litre is the one to have in terms of specialness, if that makes sense. So that's, yeah, part of the plan long term, but again, you know, things change, and we might get more opportunities on the channel to feature some interesting cars as well. I'm going to be working with Cotswold BMW a lot as well, to bring you guys a lot of new car content, because they seem to go down really well. I think they bring quite a lot of viewers into the channel that otherwise wouldn't have seen it, which I think, yeah, it's a balance, isn't it, about giving you guys Volvo content and bringing new people into the channel to then fund that Volvo content. And we might even get some different brand of cars on the channel as well. Coming up to a second bit of dual carriageway where it sort of goes into a 70 zone, so I spotted the truck up there, but I'll get past this geezer and then pull in behind this truck. Got a lovely rainbow. I don't know if you can see that in the mirror. This guy's going particularly slowly. I probably could have made it past him as well, because we're only just coming to the taper, but you know, can't complain. We're going to have to follow this chap all the way into the city now. And as you can see, we've got a slight bit of drizzle. I don't know if that comes across on camera. And there's probably a bit of crap coming off the back of that truck as well, which isn't ideal. But you know, it's the time of year, I suppose. But yeah, like I said, it gives you lovely scenery throughout. So yeah, we've talked about the project cars and sort of content. Let me know, guys, what you want to see on the channel, because I think it's really important. In order to grow the channel, I need to give you guys the content that you want to see. So if you could stick a comment down below, let me know what you want to see on the channel, that would be awesome. I'm gonna sneeze here. Oh, sorry about that. And then yeah, we can go from strength to strength, hopefully. I want to do a couple of road trips as well. I forgot to mention that one. Next topic, I just want to talk about you guys really, and how much the channel has grown. I touched on this video. I did a video on this recently, so sort of showing how the channel's grown and the revenue, and you guys are really positive about that, and thank you for that. It's made YouTube's become sort of a part-time income for me, which is quite nice. It's essentially paid for the running of this car for a year, which is ideal. So yeah, there's an Alpina. There's an Alpina B5 just gone past, which was very nice. Probably a dream car of mine, to be honest. I do like a BMW 5 Series. I don't know if I made that obvious enough in the 5 Series review video, but yeah, I do like a BMW 5 Series. So yeah, probably going to skip on a bit now, or speed it up for you guys, so you're not too bored as I'm just coming into the city, and I'll join you when I'm coming into the traffic jam that's inevitable there. So yeah, I'll see you guys shortly. As usual, we're sitting still, but yeah, as you saw on that last bit, it's a nice little drive into here. Like I said, we're quite lucky with the roads and the scenery we've got. And I thought while we're in the town, I'll talk about the big C word, COVID, and how it's impacted myself, but also the YouTube channel. There's been a lot of negative stuff about COVID, people losing their jobs and everything like that, and it's been a really hard time for a lot of people, which is why I've sort of put my foot down on the channel and tried to get a lot of content out there just for you guys to have something to watch, to have something that you guys can sort of escape from the real world with, do jobs on your car, things like that, just to, yeah, try and keep a bit of positivity in society at the moment, because things are getting quite difficult. Personally, I've been fairly lucky, to be honest. My company that I worked for furloughed me, so I was essentially sat at home being paid to not go out. So during that time I decided to set up my own business because I had a financial safety net, and I thought I could potentially go out and make more, if that makes sense, make more money. So that's what I did. So I set up my security consultancy firm, and so far it's gone from, well, it's gone from 0 to 100 pretty quick. We've got a nice little clientele base we're working with. There was a near accident there with that lorry going up the back of the Range Rover, and yeah, it's really nice just to be able to go and travel around, visit people. I basically go around and consult them on security. That could be all sorts of people, like homeowners, business owners, holiday homeowners is quite a big one I'm doing at the moment, and it's really something I've always wanted to do, to get out and travel around the country and speak to people and help them prevent them becoming victims of crime, really, because that's where my industry that I work in is the crime prevention, criminal justice side of things, and being able to do that on a private basis for my own company, being able to help people, seeing the satisfaction on their faces when you see how sort of relieved they are now that they know they're protected. It's really nice. If you want to check it out, I'll stick a link in the description below to my website, because it's yeah, I might be able to do stuff for you guys. So yeah, COVID was sort of the reset I needed to start up that business, and it also gave me an opportunity to really push on the YouTube channel in terms of spending more time on it, getting you guys some better quality content on there, just experiment with a few things, really. You'll notice that I did a bit more sort of DIY stuff as I was stuck at home, and that sort of sowed a seed in me where I want to do more of that. but also it allowed me more time to speak to you guys on sort of more regularly, either through videos or in the comments or things like that, just to get your guys' take on what you want to see and how you gauge how you're liking the content in sort of polls and stuff like that. So thanks to you guys for sort of interacting from that point of view, because it's been really helpful, especially over COVID. It's given me something to do and to work on as well as the business. So yeah, that's all pretty good. Recently it's just been back to, now we're sort of come out of lockdown, although we're sort of in that annoying middle ground. My main focuses are both just YouTube and my business. It's both are going really well, so it's nice. It should enable me to bring some more content to the channel in terms of different cars, which is my ultimate goal really. The only reason I work is so I can buy give my girlfriend a nice house and enable us to drive nice cars, and that may not be brand new cars, it may not be attractive cars, but interesting cars, because that's sort of what I like most in a car. Something that's sort of rare, interesting, and has a story. And I'm going to be working with car owners soon to bring those cars to you, because I just think cars with the story is so much more interesting than just reviewing a car for the sake of reviewing a car. So that's how sort of COVID has affected me. Let me know how it's affected you guys. I'd be interested to know that, because I think everyone's had different experiences in 2020, and hopefully for those of you that have had bad experiences, it'll be nice to see you guys getting back to it. In terms of other content on the channel, there's not really a whole lot I haven't discussed. I'm getting quite a few sponsor sort of, I'll turn this down so you guys can hear me, quite a few inquiries from businesses regarding working with them, and there's something I'm considering, but I'm saving it sort of for a select few in terms of what the products I decide to endorse. I think it's important to sort of maintain some integrity on YouTube and make sure that it's about providing the right content rather than just chasing the money from sponsored content. So that's where I'm coming from on that. I featured a Slim Puro product, which was a wallet, which the reason I did that was because I felt it was actually a genuinely decent product, and it was they're a really supportive company, and they were able to fund a few upcoming videos in terms of maintenance items on the car. So it's, yeah, those sort of things I think are worth doing. So I'll always sort of release them in tandem with other videos as well, so they don't sort of take up the schedule. And I want to also bring you guys some more sort of driving videos, driving sort of, not training videos, but educational driving videos, driving technique videos, because I'm in sort of, yeah, like in the industry that I've worked in, I've been quite fortunate enough to go on a few driving courses, learn a few techniques and things like that, and I think it will be good to share those with you guys to help you sort of become safer drivers, sort of teach you a few things, a few tips to help you guys out on the road. I've just blocked this junction as well because I was busy talking. It's awkward now. So it probably wasn't, it's ironic, isn't it, that I was talking about driving skills and then blocked up a junction. We'll let this geezer out. He's happy with that, look. His Mark 5 Golf. I do like those Golfs. My dad has had every Golf pretty much apart from a Mark 5. And yeah, Mark 3, Mark 4, not the Mark 5, Mark 6. Or is that, no, that's the Mark 6, isn't it? No, Mark 6. He hasn't had the Mark 6, but he's had pretty much all the others. I think we'll talk about my car history as well. I've seen a couple of comments asking about that, asking me to talk about that. And to be honest, it hasn't been that interesting. I wish I could say it had, but it hasn't. In terms of personal cars, our family sort of just has general cars that we all use, but I like to have my own. So that's what I'm going to talk about. And I started off my sort of driving career in a 1998 Volkswagen Polo CL. It was actually my grandmother's car. She'd had it since new, and she decided at the age of 84 to go and buy herself a new Volkswagen Up. So she did that, and they actually were going to charge her to take the other car in part exchange. So she gave it to me as a 17th birthday present, or an early 17th birthday present, and I learned to drive in that car. I then drove that car for a year, and I let these guys go. Drove the car for, oh, there's an Alpine there, which is really nice, and a GTE. Yeah, so I drove the car for about a year, and then I wanted something different, because it was like it was called Memory Red, but really it was pink. It was like a pinky colour. I might stick a picture up if I can find one for you guys here, because it wasn't something that an 18-year-old or a young man would really voluntarily drive. So I thought it was time for an upgrade. Oh, cheers, mate. Thank you for that. So yeah, I upgraded to a Mazda MX-5. Now, there's a fair few of you shouting hairdresser or something like that, or thinking, well, hang on a minute, why does a bloke want to drive an MX-5 for? But that was a really, really nice car. It was the sport one, so it had a 2-litre engine with 180 brake horsepower. Also had various bits on it, like the factory sport suspension kit, limited slip differential. What else did it have? 6-speed manual gearbox. It was a nice, highly spec car. It had the Bose surround sound. It was at the folding fabric roof. I preferred that to the hard top, because it just was lighter on the car and made it just handle better than the other ones. Really, it made it a bit faster. And as a car, I absolutely loved it. I had that 2 years, I think. No, maybe a year or 18 months. Anyway, yeah, it was a lovely, lovely car, and I cherished it. But it was a car that I couldn't really enjoy. I was sort of, the tyres were fairly low profile on it, and it was just, yeah, it was quite expensive to run, averaging sort of mid-20s MPG wise. So I thought, well, I need to get a car that's a bit more sensible now. But girlfriend and I went on quite a few road trips, and pretty soon realised that although I thought I could deal with the space, really it wasn't ideal for the two of us, especially as we got older and I couldn't take the dog anywhere and things like that. So I decided to stick that on the market, and just before I did that, it was sat on the driveway and the handbrake failed, and the car rolled forward and basically smashed into the wall, smashing the front bumper up, and causing quite a bit of serious damage to the car. So I was absolutely gutted by that, but I thought, well, you know what, I'm sure we can fix it. So I took the front bumper off, as it was going to need a repaint anyway. I decided to kick the rather large sort of dent and damage out of the bumper, and carried on driving it for a bit until I could find a body shop that would sort it out. And eventually I did. They found it. I found one. They sorted it out, and we then, yeah, sold the car. Oh, we've got an ambulance behind us here, so I'm gonna move it. Oh, he's not gonna let me through. There we go. There's plenty of room for them to get through there. So yeah, so I got that fixed, put the car up for sale, and was able to sell it fairly quickly. It was sort of one of those weird sales where Basically the guy had just sort of won the lottery. It was a car that he'd always wanted. I had it up for £4,750, and it was coming up to the last day of the eBay ad. So I was thinking, well, you know what, I haven't sold it, perhaps I'll keep it. I was sort of toying with the idea of keeping it, and he rang me up and was like, oh, can I send you the money? I want to buy it now. So I was instantly thinking, all right, well, this doesn't sound very legit, to be honest. He doesn't want to see it. I asked him if he wanted to do a test drive. He said no. He said, I just want to buy it as it is. It looks lovely in the pictures. So I was a bit like, oh, okay. A bit nervous about it, really, because it did seem too good to be true. And I think I'm quite a sceptical person. And but sure enough, on the day that we arranged for him to come and pick it up, he picked it up. Asked me to start it. It started, and he said excellent, sent me the money through, and the car was gone just like that. And I was sort of a bit surprised because it caught me off guard. It was sort of a 2 or 3 day turnaround, and yeah, the car was gone, and I was left without a car to drive. So I then sort of had to scour my local area for a car, and I found the 1 Series that sort of started this channel. It was, for those of you who don't know, it was a black BMW 120D M Sport, lovely car, about 180 brake again, 2-litre diesel, but from that I was getting 50 to 60 mpg. It was, yeah, just a more round, more practical car. It was a 5-door, because I prefer the 5 doors to the 3 doors, and yeah, it just filled a lot of gaps that the MX-5 sort of left open, really. So we sorted that and got that. Again, we managed to knock quite a bit of money off. My dad's a good negotiator, so he helped me negotiate a bit of money off it, and that was then sat on my driveway the same day that I went to see it, which I know isn't the best way to do things, but that's sort of how it happened. It was quite an impulsive scenario, really. We've got more sirens coming now. Where are they coming from? Another one behind us. I'm going to move over again. There's something going seriously wrong by the looks of it. It's probably on the road I want to go to as well. So hopefully everyone that these ambulances is going to are okay. We've got another emergency vehicle coming. It's all kicking off by the looks of it. So yeah, as a car, it was really, really good to own. It had a few issues. I had to get new front shock absorbers on it fairly early on, and that was a rattle from the front suspension that made me realise that. But actually, once that was it was done. And I didn't really plan to sell the car and get the Volvo, to be honest. I had the car for about 18 months, and then in January of 2020, unfortunately the BMW got written off in a head-on accident. I'm sure you guys have all seen that. Whoa, okay. That was pretty close. Good job, kid. And that's when I then ended up with my Volvo. So it was a bit of a, yeah, an interesting car, a collector. I've been slowly getting bigger in cars, I could say. That's really how I can explain it. And I do like big cars. I can't deny that. I sort of found my happy place in the S80 in terms of size, comfort. Yeah, it's just a really, really nice, perfect sort of size for me in terms of what I do. I do a lot of mileage. I've done 10,000 in the last year, which doesn't sound like that much. Well, it hasn't even been a year, that, in the past 10 months. But if you think the fact that I was off the road for 5 months, so in about 5 months I've done 10,000 miles, 2,000 miles a month, or 400 miles a week. So it's a reasonable amount of miles I do. And this car is just, yeah, very comfortable. You can't complain at all with it. It's the ideal car for what I do, and it's got a big enough boot that I can chuck all my work gear in it, whether it's tools for implementing security systems, or yeah, all sorts of things really. It does what I want, and the nice thing about it is the fact that it's got such a big fuel tank. I mean, I've just filled it up. It cost me 75 quid for 3/4 of a tank, but this will probably last me now for 800 miles, so I can't complain whatsoever. Currently the car isn't doing too well on MPG. It's showing, you might be able to see it down there, 36.7 MPGs, which isn't ideal, but it's not the worst that this car will do. It's, oh, he's a bit of an idiot, isn't he? Uses the left hand lane to then go past everyone. He's a particularly impatient driver by the looks of it. So yeah, in terms of as a car, this car is everything that I could ask for. I enjoy driving it, and it's a car you want to put miles on. It's super comfy. It's, and I know I go on about this car all the time, but yeah, I really mean it when it is just sort of my perfect daily driver. And so yeah, that's sort of my car history. And I've always been around cars. Cars have been a passion of mine since I was probably since I was probably just after I was born. In fact, my first ever baby grow had cars in it, so that says enough, doesn't it? Oh, sneezing again. I think I need to change my pollen filter. So yeah, from a young age I've been involved in cars and motorbikes, and I think that's sort of where my passions come from. I used to spend a lot of time in the car because my parents relocated from Essex, which is where I was born and originally from, to Herefordshire, so we spent a lot of time going backwards and forwards in cars and stuff like that. And yeah, it just sort of became a passion of mine. I used to enjoy watching Top Gear. I used to watch the Formula 1 as a toddler, and I used to know all the makes and models of the cars. And yeah, it's just been sort of a way of life really for me. It's there's no other way of explaining it. It is a passion, and it's something I enjoy. And I'm quite lucky the fact that cars are everywhere. I mean, we're driving past a car dealership now, and they are literally everywhere. I love the sound of this car. That's the thing about it. You think as a 5-cylinder diesel, you've really got really far then, haven't you? You overtook in the wrong lane on the roundabout just to pull over quicker. Nice one. Yeah, you just don't expect it to perform and sound the way it does. It's a bit of an animal, especially with the Polestar map on it as well. I'm not going to go mad here, but yeah, it's a really, really capable car, this. I mean, I don't like when people compare cars to other cars and say, oh look, I raced this, but the other day I was following a Mini Cooper S who was trying to stop me overtaking him up a hill. It was one of those numpties, and yeah, I was easily able to keep up with him and overtake him in the end, so it was ideal. And I've got a car overtaking me. He's called it a day, he's coming back in. So yeah, this car is more than capable, and I think it's quite an understated car. It's a sleeper really. So yeah, so what I'll do, now we're back out on the open roads, I'll probably speed it up a bit for you guys so you don't get too bored, and I'll join you in a minute or two. to the last topic, just because we're getting closer to the client's property now, so obviously I don't want to be showing you guys all their property and everything, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about the upcoming content in terms of the next few videos. So just on my way back from the job today, I'm going to be filming hopefully, fingers crossed, if not I'll film it anyway as a video, a YouTube live motorway MPG test of the S80. I think that'll be really interesting. We're going to hop on the M50, go up a couple of junctions and just see what the car does on sort of rolling hill motorways. I think it'll be interesting, so I'm going to reset the trip computer and go from there. I've then got a couple in terms of planning various I've gone there over the sentence. I'm going to be changing the coolant on the car, just something I need to do. We're also going to be looking at the inlet air pressure sensor, show you guys how to clean that, and then I'm just trying to think what else. I'll do a couple of POV drives as well, show you guys what this car is like to drive at night time. I'll probably do that tonight actually. So you've got a nice few range of content coming shortly, so look forward to that. And yeah, thanks for watching today's video. Let me know what you thought of it, and I'll give you guys some warning next time so you can send in questions for it. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.